Hey everyone, it's Gabito Guys here, Linux Ghost, whatever you want to call me. I go by many names, depends on what game we're looking at. I got a special treat for you today. We're going to be playing some Microsoft classic of Age of Empires 2, the HD edition that was released on Steam. And to honor this, I'm going to be playing with my good friend Matt, who's hosting his new channel, Matt's MadLab. And today we're going to talk about Windows 10 and the new features that's been released as of lately. So, Matt?
Yeah, thank you. I would just like to thank you for joining me for this tech talk, and I look forward to having some fun with you. You can come check out my channel for those who don't know what it is. I do gaming videos, I do tech talks. I just did one last week on the new 3DS. I'll be doing one next week, and as well as I'll do random reviews over TV or anime. And besides that, let's just dive right into this.
Alright, so let's launch the game. Ugh.
10
Wait.
seconds. Click the
Wait.
ready button in case you see a mistake.
Yeah. So I'll be playing as the Britons today, and my friend Matt will be
Playing as Japan.
So the British and the Japanese team up against the Koreans and the Persians.
Fantastic. Well, let's get to our first topic today about Windows 10, and that is probably the biggest thing everybody wants to hear.
Definitely.
Is that Windows 10, upon its release, within the year of its release, anybody who is a Windows 7 or Windows 8, 8.1 user, anything Windows 7 and up, will get a free upgrade to Windows 10, which I think is huge.
Yeah, that is huge. I think this is, if I remember correctly, this is one of the first times Windows has ever done something like this.
That's the best of my knowledge as well. Being a tech-savvy person such as yourself and myself, of course, I have a computer science background. I work in IT. I'm a programming analyst. Operating systems are not cheap to develop.
No, they aren't.
So, in order for Microsoft to do something like this is pretty big.
It is.
And so,
Me personally, I have an engineering background, so I may not have the exact expertise in developing software, but I do have expertise in developing just projects in general. I've worked on several projects throughout my college career so far, and it's not always easy.
yeah, which is nice. So there was some confusion about this. People thought it was going to be like a subscription service
Yeah.
that only the first year was free, and basically disproved that 100%. That is not true. It will be a free upgrade, one-time purchase is all it be. All it will be. That's all it's ever been.
Yeah, I think it's just a really nice gesture on Microsoft's part. There's a lot of negativity about Windows 8, and I feel like this will help clean that up a bit.
Yeah, personally, I'm still on Windows 7. I've worked with Windows 8 when I work IT. I'm familiar with it. It caught a lot of heat for its endeavors. I personally never had an issue with it. Matt, did you ever have anything like that?
I've only worked with it a few times. The only trouble I had with it is when I first worked with it, but I mean, that's whenever you work with something new, there's a slight learning curve to it. But beyond that, I've never really had any problems. I am not fond of the layout, though, because it's not as intuitive as what I'm used to.
I mean, it was a pretty new thing the way they developed it out, and they were trying to be a little bit ahead of the curve with the touch screen interface.
Yeah.
But everything new to everybody usually meets resistance.
Yeah, it does.
But now that we're past that, let's look at more exactly what Windows 10 is going to offer. And one of the first things I noticed with working with the tech preview is workspaces. Now, workspaces aren't exactly new to operating systems. In fact, Linux has had them for years. But Linux is not that popular among everyday users. So Windows taking this feature and basically saying, okay, you have your desktop, and then we're going to give you 4 workspaces. You can be working on one on your desktop, doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then you click on the other desktop, we'll clear that, but we'll keep it all somewhere else. You can keep doing something else. I think it's just another level of organization that's very helpful.
Yeah, it is very helpful, and I'm excited to see that and how that works out. I haven't used workspaces very much. but it will be an exciting feature for me personally to try out. I really love trying things I'm not used to.
It'll be very useful. A lot of people that usually multitask a lot.
Yeah.
Will use this feature a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody in the work area.
Yeah, multitasking is huge in the work. I know, at least for from an engineering standpoint, you need to be able to multitask because you're gonna have like your design software up, but then you're gonna have to have like a drawing of it up, or a specs of it up, or an internet browser up to look something up on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So multitasking is huge nowadays. So that the fact that they're doing that is awesome, in my opinion.
And because Windows 8, of course, caught so much flack upon its release with all of its new features, Windows is now bringing back the Start menu.
Yes. I am glad to see that.
I will make the argument that it never left, but
okay,
that's me, that it was always there, it just looked differently.
Yeah.
And people don't like change. But
that is true.
The Windows 8 interface where you would hit the Windows key or you would basically hit the Windows icon on the computer, it would bring up the tile interface. That was your Start menu.
Yeah.
No one really liked that, and by no one I mean people who just didn't like change.
Yeah.
That's my own opinion, of course, but I digress. If we look at the new Start menu, you basically see that they got rid of almost completely the Windows 8 tiles.
Yeah.
And they brought back, of course, the Start menus, but in those Start menus are those Windows 8 tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So, as if they're bringing the best of both worlds back is kind of very useful.
Yeah.
Trying to appeal to everybody here, which is not always easy.
No, and sometimes it's not always the wisest course of action. No. However, I feel in this case it is, because there was a lot of flack. People don't like change, like you said. There was a lot of flack over the supposed disappearance of the Start menu. But the fact that now it looks like the original Start menu but still have the tiles is really cool. Something else I found interesting, and then this might be digressing a little bit, but especially for, like, say, tablets, I liked how when you put on a keyboard, it becomes like the laptop mode. However, when you take the keyboard off, it automatically switches to the tiled mode, which is good for tablets. Tiled mode is good for the tablets, so I like it how it does that.
And that feature you're referring to is actually Continuum.
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
And it does exactly what you say. You have you have your Surface Pro, and you have that little attachable keyboard to it. When it's on there, it functions, and the interface becomes as if you were looking at a regular computer desktop.
Yeah.
But the minute you take off that keyboard, it'll switch back and become the tablet interface, which will look similar to what was Windows 8, which functioned very well with tablets and touchscreen interfaces.
Yeah.
But yes, Continuum has me very excited to have that seamless back and forth. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm really excited for it too, because I'm going to be looking at getting, hopefully, a Surface Pro within the next couple of years, and it'll be really awesome if it runs Windows 10 like that. I'm looking forward to it.
I love the Surface Pro. I've worked with the Surface. My boss as a network admin has the Surface Pro, and I am just so jelly.
I believe it. It
is so nice to work with.
Yeah, I bet.
It makes things so easy. But moving on, Windows Phone users have actually had this for quite some time, but now it's making its way into the the computer interfaces. Cortana.
Yes.
Our good old friend from the Halo series. She is going to be functioning much like as she does in the Windows phones, with lack of a better term, the Siri. Mm-hmm. Basically, you ask it query questions, it does searches for you, but it'll even have control inside your browser as well, where you can ask it things, and it'll deliver you answers.
Yes. And this is really exciting, because just the name alone got me pumped up, because I was a big fan of Cortana when I was a kid playing the Halo series, and the fact that they were able to take what she was in the video game, which was an AI who would help you out and know what's going on and update you with information, and actually apply it to something in real life that will help you, is awesome. And I also like the fact that it grows to know you personally.
Definitely.
Like, you look something up, it'll remember you looked that up. You start typing in the city, it'll tell you, like, the weather for that city. And it's just, I think it's going to be great to have that finally.
Definitely any sort of personal touch they can add into it to make it feel like that this is your own personal assistant.
Put the personal in PC.
Until the day where you can hold up a holopad and actually have the holographic representation of Cortana helping you.
Yeah.
But at that point, we might have to worry about Covenant invasions.
That'll be the day.
If we start having that, I don't think we'll be sitting here talking about new operating systems.
No, I don't think we will.
We'll be talking about trajectory of a Mac cannon.
That'll be a fun day, maybe.
Yeah, it depends.
Okay. We digress.
But of course,
Can't have Cortana without a Spartan.
Yeah. Yes.
And what I am very excited about, mainly it's because my own geeky history and geeky video game interests, but codename Spartan is the new Internet Explorer, for lack of a better term. It's basically the new browser. So as of now, there is no Internet Explorer inside of Windows 10. It is Spartan.
Yes. And now that's just the code name, but I'm really excited to see what it actually is, what the real name actually is, because we're gonna go into kind of what it does.
Yeah, and I'll be very disappointed if they announce a real name for this and it's Windows. If it's Internet Explorer like 12 or 13, I'm like, really?
That would be so disappointing.
What they should do is call it Spartan 117 upon release, but that's me.
I can see why you would want why that'd be a good idea. But some really neat things about the Spartan browser is that it's gonna have Cortana built into it, and she's gonna help you with your web searches, as well as you can draw on the web pages and leave comments, and that's a first for me to do on a PC.
Definitely, the annotation and the highlight ability is very useful for anybody in the tech field, such as myself.
Yeah.
If you're doing research on a certain thing, looking up coding techniques, right there, bring it up GitHub, bring up a forum, and just start circling things, highlighting things, save it. There you go. There's your notes. And if anybody in academia, we don't like carrying our books around, we don't like carrying notebooks around, carry around your Surface Pro. You have Windows 10 on it, you got Spartan on it. Say your professor posts his presentations, his notes on Dropbox or something, pull them up in the browser, you can start making your notes right on top of those.
Yeah, that is awesome. You could circle or highlight parts that you think are really important. And another good feature about it is it has a reading mode where you can add things to a reading list and it'll save an offline version of what you're reading. And it gets rid of all the clutter. All the ads, they go away, and all you have is the core article that you're reading.
Yeah, if there's one thing internet people hate, it's ads.
Yeah.
We find every loophole possible to get around those. Unless, of course, you're a YouTube partner and you get paid by the ads. Then
It's a little bit of a different story.
Then you don't like talking about that. But that's, of course, I'm not one. Not yet.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe someday. Let's see, what else we got here? We have, of course, Windows 10 will make its way onto the Windows phones. They'll eventually have that as well, which is no big surprise there, but to have your phone, your tablet, and your PC all in the same operating system to be able to communicate all the way across each other, it just makes life and organization much easier.
Yeah.
And another thing they mentioned is that they're actually doing a complete overhaul of the picture libraries and the media with the music and everything, which is, thank God.
Yes, that is nice.
Because I am so sick and tired of using iTunes.
Yeah, me too. I'll use iTunes. I used to use it, not so much anymore. But I used to use iTunes all the time, and having to convert the iTunes, I just had so much trouble getting my songs from iTunes on my phone, and it just was a mess. That was a while ago, but I just like how they're organizing everything, so you don't, if you misplace something or you don't remember where you place it, you don't have to go digging for it. You can just go find it like right there.
Or ask Cortana. She keeps track of everything.
Yeah, she'll keep track of everything for you, and that's really awesome.
And now, a big thing and a little personal to me, because I'm a huge fan of this title, but we're going to get into cross-platform gaming through Windows 10 and Xbox. And one game that's going to be at the forefront of this is Fable Legends.
Yeah. Now, I personally haven't done much research on Fable Legends, so could you enlighten me as to what we can expect from that?
Fable Legends is, of course, the next installment in the Fables franchise. And it's basically going to be 4-player multiplayer. So basically you'd have you yourself and 3 other friends just going through the story of Fable Legends. But since it's also going to be on Xbox One and PC, you can... 2 of your friends on PC and 2 of your friends on Xbox One can play with each other, or vice versa, or any combination thereof. Yeah. So you don't need necessarily friends to have Windows 10, and you don't necessarily need to have friends on Xbox One. Or you necessarily don't need to have friends.
Yeah, that's also a valid point.
But another cool thing with Fable Legends is something very interesting they're doing. But anybody who plays in any sort of RPG game or MMO, they love dabbling with the fact of playing the bad guy.
Yeah. And
Fable Legends plays off of that. So there is a game type where it basically is 4v1. Where the 1 is that villain, where that villain will control all the enemies in all the environment.
That seems really interesting, because, sometimes I like to be the bad guy, like you said. And it reminds me of almost like a game where you craft your own dungeon and the people have to, fight through it.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that. I mean... I'll pick up my own copy of that game probably and play it, because I'm a huge Fable fan.
Fable is really good at what they do.
Yeah, it is. And another thing that I'm hoping to see is possibly a cross-platform with other games such as Minecraft. Because I know I have a lot of friends who... I play Minecraft on my PC, but I know a lot of friends who play it on their Xbox. And if we could get that cross-platform with Minecraft as well, that would be brilliant. Because then I can just play with my friends. The only downside I see to that is currently the Xbox version, if I remember correctly, is behind on updates compared to the PC version. And that might make it a little harder for that to happen.
It might be a little hard for the games to talk to one another. But if they can get up to date in syncs, that's entirely possible.
Yeah. And... that would be awesome. I would love for that to happen. Just like you would love Fable Legends, I would love Fable Legends as well, but I would also like to see this transition into Minecraft.
Definitely. Thanks to, obviously, Minecraft being bought by Microsoft, that is definitely a very good possibility.
Yeah, that's in the realm of possibility.
The one thing we have to, with the Xbox integration, is that anybody who plays Xbox or has Xbox Live, they can now... on Windows 10, keep track of all their achievements, what their friends are doing. They can view saved gameplay and even screenshots. So it just makes life 10 times easier.
Yeah, it does.
Oh. What else we got here? We kind of covered Continuum. And of course, the biggest thing that walked away from the Microsoft press conference was HoloLens.
Yes. And this kind of links into the whole Minecraft thing. Because what HoloLens is this... I love technology like this, and this is what I love talking about. HoloLens is going to be... If you know what the Oculus Rift is, it's going to be something similar to that, except there's a slight difference. HoloLens takes your reality and overlays a virtual reality upon that. So you will see, your weather digitally placed on your fridge. And the way this links to Minecraft is... they advertised that you could play Minecraft using this HoloLens, and you could turn your living room into your Minecraft world. And I would be really excited to see that as well.
Yes, Microsoft, give us more reasons not to leave our basements.
Well, I do not have much more to say information-wise on this topic. However, my recommendation is, I think I'm going to go out and get it when it comes out, especially when it's free, because I'm a Windows 7 user, so I can take advantage of that. And I'm going to be really excited to try it out, and when I try it out, I can relay to you guys what I think of it. But right now, I'm really excited for Windows 10, and I think it's going to be great.
Definitely, Windows 10 does not have a set release date. The rumored date right now is late 2015. Now, you can probably do some speculation with other releases around that, such as when Fable Legends will release for Xbox One, and when it eventually gets a PC release date.
Yeah.
You can probably infer, well, Windows 10 has to be released before Fable Legends to even function.
Yeah,
but
you could infer that.
Exactly. But another thing is, since it will not be released until late this year, there's still plenty of time for Microsoft to work this out and program the living hell out of it.
Yes. And if I remember correctly, during my research, they will talk about that. This is still under development, and they have a lot more to work on, and this is what they had to show us right now, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what they have to show us. The best way to describe it, since so many people didn't like 8 is the equivalent to Vista. No one liked Vista, then we got 7. 7 was amazing. Now we're going to 8. Now 8 goes to 10. Yes, I know those numbers don't make sense.
Then again, a lot of Microsoft's names I feel don't make sense. However, the Surface does, and I like that.
Yes. But my suggestion to all of you is when it releases, if you have Windows 7 or up, go out and get it. It is free.
Definitely.
Within the year, so don't dilly-dally.
Don't squander that opportunity.
I am a tech preview member. I will have Windows 10 on a virtual machine, so I'll be doing some more videos hopefully on there, trying to give you guys more a feel as more updates come out and what you guys can expect as we get closer to the release.
Definitely, and you guys should check out his videos. And I'm gonna keep doing more tech videos. I've done a lot of computer and gaming recently. I'm thinking I'm gonna start branching off into more technology and engineering for the next couple of weeks. But you should check out these videos. They're great.
So if you guys head over to my video, give me a subscribe, give this one a like, comment if you have anything to say, add, disagree with us, please, we want to hear you.
Yes. The more opinions, the better. As I heard before, if everyone agrees with you, something is wrong.
Or maybe you're right.
Maybe, but that's a rare occasion.
Yes. So check the description below. You can find a link to Matt's page. You can see my other playlists where I've done other collaborations with Dragoon. I got some martial art videos out there. Matt's got some videos upcoming. I'll link those. Check them out, guys.
Also, there will be a link to Linux Go's channel on my channel, and I have plenty of other projects coming up for you guys, and I can't wait to see what shenanigans we can get into together.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Take care.